pad. It replaced my old one. I'll tell you a little bit about my experience with the old one first. Uh, it came with the same blue cover as this one, except it wasn't quite as long. I don't really think all this is necessary. I don't know if it's some kind of requirement for the dangers. I really don't think it's necessary for this one because it doesn't get near as hot as my old one. My old one was from the same company. It had a lifetime warranty. It's called SoftHeat. I got this at Rite Aid. I believe I received the other one 2 or 3 years ago. I think I paid $40 for it. My old one was not quite as long as this one, but it was a little wider. I like this one a little better for that reason. Um, the part on the inside got a little bit of brown. It kind of baked and cooked because it got hotter than this one and it seemed to fold more. I don't know if this one's going to be the same way, but you know, I've only had this one for a few weeks, and I think I've only been using it for a few days. It has this one snap in the middle that I really don't like. I think Velcro would be better, and maybe enclosing the ends because it has a tendency to slide out like this all the time, and it's a little loose in the bottom. I don't know if they could put some kind of Velcro here on the inside to hold it so it kind of keeps its shape and doesn't slide out as much. Also, my other one, the reason I returned it is it just stopped working. It wouldn't get hot anymore. The light would come on, and but it wouldn't warm up at all. Also, it tore here before it stopped working. Like I said, it was a little wider than this, but it wasn't as long. It did have these ties, which for 3 generations, my family's been using these for as long as they've been around. Water bottles before that, over 100 years. I've never seen anybody use these. There's 4 of them. I believe it's to tie it on, but it says you shouldn't lay on top of it, and it really doesn't have a way to keep the heat only going one way. I mean, the heat's going to rise. I usually just put it under my feet. It's mainly for my back, which I've got a new one I'm probably going to be using instead, which this one I'm going to be trying. I believe there's probably better heating pads than this. The reason I bought the one that I had before, like I said, because it came with a lifetime warranty. This one has a 5-year warranty. We'll see if it lasts that long. It came in this box, and this bag. I don't really think the bag's necessary, especially since it's got holes in it. I thought it might be to keep it clean, but it's got holes. It's going to let dust and air in there anyway. It did use a small piece of tape. If you insist on having the bag, I think it could be shorter, and you could just use one of those little dots instead of the actual tape. I really don't think that's necessary. I like that the box is thin, but I think it could be the cardboard's thin, but I think it could be a lot less wide. This way it could be shorter. That would save some material, and also you could put this in like the nature foods come, where it's just cardboard with a black print on it and then a website. And I don't have the manual. I thought I had it right here, but I don't have the manual. I think the manual should be on the website. You shouldn't send one out because nobody's going to look at that. I don't know anybody that ever has. If they need to, they could go to the website, ask questions, have a number there, which is how I called about my last one. Also, it has a zip tie. This is just something else that's going to be probably thrown away. I'll end up recycling it along with the plastic bag in the box. But the not having the manual and not having these would be less to recycle. So you could that would give you another avenue of advertising. I kind of do like the pictures, like right here on the arm, but he's only got it tied on one place. I've never seen that before. Like I said, I usually use it on my feet and sometimes on my back. One thing I do like about this one, it doesn't get as hot as the one I used to have. It would get, this one is warm to the touch. I think I've had it on for a half hour now. But it won't quite burn you. The other one I think got warmer than this, so hopefully this one's going to last longer. It's something that burned up on, on the inside of it. So hopefully not getting as hot will, which is another reason why you don't need a manual and all the warnings all over the place, because it just doesn't get as warm. The biggest difference between the old one and the new one is this controller. The old one had a toggle switch for the time, and it would go, you could set it for 30, 1 minute, hour and a half, or 2 hours. 120 minutes, it had the minutes across the top. But it would stay on. This is an instant off after 1 hour. I've got it turned all the way up here. I don't know why you would use these other 3 settings. I don't know why you need 4 lights. I mean, even if you're going to have all the settings, you could have this one blink until it's the highest setting. It could blink like maybe once every 5 seconds, once every 2 seconds, once every second, and then stay solid. And then you wouldn't need the 4 lights. So the controller maybe could be smaller. I think the button could be smaller. The controller is much lighter than the other one. I don't know if it needs to be this big around to house the electronics. It does seem like it's well put together at the top and the bottom. It has 2 screws on the back, which are kind of weird. I've never seen screws like that before. It's just got like 2 pinch places where you put something in to tighten them up. I don't know where you could get a tool if you ever wanted to do anything with that. But also the cord, if you lay on it, it's not very comfortable. If you can see here, it's a little rough, and it's got 2 indentations. I think this would be much more comfortable if it was round. But I have an electric blanket, and I think my electric blanket is the same way. But for some reason, this seems to come in contact and not be as comfortable. Where the electric blanket cord, I don't come in contact at all with that. So I guess I would give this 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, for at the time I've had it, it does have an 800 number and email address here. I actually emailed myself this information. I took a picture of my last one, and I couldn't find the picture even though I have it saved. I think a couple days after I returned it, I did. And again, I think the manual would be a lot better if it was online. And the way I found out about the old one, since I couldn't find my manual for a while, there is also, which is good, is the email address that's kaz.com and an 800 number. I don't know if you can see that if you have one, if you had trouble locating it, where you can contact them. And it seems to have a little more extra material at the bottom than my last one did. I don't really like that because there's none of the heat strips, the wiring down here. I do like that this is green instead of black. It's a lot easier to read than the last one I had, even though I think the print size is the same. There's also more material at the top. Well, I hope this video helps you in determining which heating pad to buy and what features this one has. I would really like it to stay on all the time. Like I said, this one is set where it turns off in 1 hour, and it's not a lifetime warranty like the last one I had. So thank you. Please like, subscribe. I'll try to put some more information about this in the bottom. Let me know if there's any videos I could do for you on psychology or men's fashion or making money. Those I know a lot about, and I'd like to make more videos on. If you want to learn on any of those subjects, you can go to one of my 2 blogs, which is createwealthy.blogspot.com and dopsychology.blogspot.com. I have some others, but those are my main ones. Thank you.